Hello guys, it's me, Big Gabe. It's been a long time since I've made a video. I feel like now is a good time to make a little video about my thoughts on Stormgate. I've just came back basically from Gamescom week where I played some Stormgate. I played a $5,000 tournament with Hearthstone Vortex and Red Panda, who is a German streamer. I was at EWC for StarCraft 2. I did play a lot of Stormgate in the last couple of weeks when it came out. Honestly, I had a good time. So let's talk a little bit about it, because I think this is the perfect timing to talk about some things. So people always ask me do I like Stormgate, basically. Like, what do I think of Stormgate? How is it compared to StarCraft? I've written down some notes. I have a pretty good opinion on it. So first off, like I've already mentioned, I do think it's not a bad game in general. So like, I am not really a gamer, to be honest. I don't like. It's very hard to get me to play games. Like I don't even like RTS in general. You know, it's like there was Age of Empires coming out, and I know a lot of people like Age of Empires, but I never even tried the game because I just don't like it. It goes as simple as like, oh yeah, I don't play Age of Empires because I don't really like the, like, let's say medieval thing, for example, a theme, for example, that I don't really enjoy that type of stuff. So I'm a little bit of a picky gamer, let's say, so it's very hard to get me to enjoy or like play a game or whatever. There's games obviously that I enjoy, that's why I'm a StarCraft 2 professional. Stormgate definitely comes close to SC2, I would say. Like I would say it is or resembles what StarCraft is as well. It's like a little bit of a mixture between Warcraft and StarCraft, right? With like the graphics and stuff. But yeah, that's just like my general opinion. So really, that's the first thing that when I played the game that really, caught me. So I just started playing it because it came out in early access. I really had that feeling. It felt like, the first time when StarCraft came out. But yeah, now we're gonna go a little bit more in detail on what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the game, like how it controls, about problems, about like basic functions, like maybe talk about like what is missing in the game, like hotkeys. And one thing that has really triggered me recently, I have to admit, and that is the current patch in this game. So let's start. So far I've talked positively about it, and I stand by it. I think Stormgate is not a bad game. I like I like the game as a whole. To summarize it like really briefly, why I like it is like, I don't think it's better than SC2 in any regard. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think we need a game that is better than SC2. Because, like, in what regard is Stormgate better? Well, it's new, so it's more interesting in that regard. And the developers are really passionate about the game, and they try their best to make the game better. So we still have, like, active developers. So we're going to have patches in this game, which is also something that you should always remember, obviously. So I think these are the two only points where Stormgate is better than SC2. And remember that SC2 came out 14 years ago, so that's not necessarily a good thing. That like Stormgate is only better in the category new and developers still work on the game. But honestly, like if I think SC2 just kind of spoils me. If StarCraft wasn't out, then like if I never played StarCraft before, and like if the game never existed, Stormgate would be a good alternative. It's just that StarCraft exists, and it's just a better game. Still, obviously, there's early access. And I say that because I think we're very far away from this game being any competitive to SC2 in that regard. And I also want to address one quick point that some people at least make. I was streaming this game a lot. People mentioned it like, oh yeah, but Blizzard is like a multi-billion company or whatever, and like they have so much money. Stormgate doesn't have as much money. Well, I don't care about these arguments, by the way. Like I just talk about the game here. I don't care about anything else that is going on in the background. I just play the game, and that's it. nothing else. Like I don't care if this is an indie company. I mean, Blizzard is an indie company as well, right? I don't care about that. I just care about the game. So everything that I say is like nothing. Like I don't want to go into other reasons. I just want to talk about the game itself, and that's what we're doing now. So why do I think that way? Why do I think it's like worse in every regard? So let's start with the lag. This game doesn't feel smooth to me. Like I don't know why, but whenever I play in this game, I feel like my FPS, I don't know, maybe it's because of my glasses or something. I don't know, maybe I need new glasses. I just don't think it's very smooth, which I think is the biggest like ick in an RTS that wants to compete with SC2. I really don't like it. It has to be like smooth, you know. And in this game, the graphics are not amazing. People always hate the graphics. I don't care about the graphics. I think it looks fine. But obviously the graphics are not like the best. And I mean, we can just jump into a game and then you will see. In general, I can't really describe it very well. What I really want to address is though, what I really want to emphasize is the fact that when I'm playing Stormgate, I feel like I'm playing a game on like 60 hertz, you know, like I feel like I'm playing a game on like very low FPS, even if it may not be lagging as much. Like it runs okay, but like it doesn't feel smooth, like, and the graphics don't feel like they're like so great, you know. It's not like, oh yeah, the game doesn't run smooth, but it looks nice. It just feels laggy the longer the game goes on for, basically. And yeah, now that I'm in game, you can kind of see the graphics. They don't look very inspiring. So yeah, that really to me is bothering me a little bit. They fixed it a little bit, but honestly, that is like really annoying, because especially if you have like late game armies, it really feels so hard to control, because yeah, it feels like this game, it's just my feeling, I don't know the numbers or whatever, it's just my feeling, it feels like playing SC2, like the feeling of the game, because it feels like it's lagging. The feeling, it feels like I'm playing StarCraft 2, but instead of having 200 FPS, I have like 50, you know? So like this game just doesn't feel as smooth as SC2. It's playable, obviously, but it really doesn't. I just wanted to say that in the beginning, because there's not really a point I really want to talk about it. This is like my feeling, so I can't really be any accurate with it. So I didn't really want to address this much more. The next thing I want to address is like the control. And this is another thing that I don't want to talk about too much, because these are the things that might still be changed. That still might be changed eventually. But the control is not amazing. Some units, it feels like they are better if you don't micro them, and I hate that. Like, for example, the scout here, the unit that I currently have. Like, if I want to do, like, circling micro, like, surround, or, like, I just want to nibble at this SV and go back and forth, you know? Like, as you can see, when the dog here, the scout here is attacking, it's like an animation. And it's kind of hard to time that. So, like, the animation itself takes, like, a second. But let's say I have, like, multiple dogs and I want to, like, poke at something, you know? Like, I want to poke at, like, an SV or whatever. It feels really glitchy. Like, look at this guy. I guess maybe I should disable quickly the health bar so you can maybe see it a little bit better. But basically what I'm... Wait, is that the status bar? What is that? I think that's what it is, right? Smart. Let's do smart. Does it mean... yeah, I only see damage. Let's go here bottom. Like, look at this. So here I have like 6 dogs and I want to attack this SV. Look at my dogs now. Like, one of them is like going to the left. This guy is not doing anything. And now, like, I attack like one guy. See, let me do it again. So I click on this guy. I have 6 dogs. I click on this guy. Let's see. Let's even do like 5 dogs. 1 less. How many dogs are actually gonna attack this guy? Let's see. So 5 dogs are attacking this guy. 3 of them are attacking right now. 1 of them is not doing anything. The other one is like running into the gas. Now 2 of them are attacking. The other ones are like AFK, obviously, because it's like friendly units nearby. So they would probably attack the other workers if they were not friendly. But I just, like, that to me is already like, it feels like so weird, you know? Like, I tell my units, focus fire this guy. And then, like, only 2 of them are, like, doing it because the other ones are, like, getting blocked and whatever, you know? I hate that. Or, like, when I'm, like, trying to surround a unit. Like, let's say I want to surround my own worker here. Like, trying to surround a unit... well, I don't really know how it works with friendly units, but trying to, like, surround a unit is not that easy. And sometimes it can, like, sometimes I feel like I can surround units better when I'm, like, not microing, basically. So sometimes, like, a unit will get surrounded, sometimes not. I have one clip that I want to show you quickly as well. Like, here's a clip as well of me, doing exactly that. It's just like the most random clip. Like, it's just like, it's not like I collected these clips. This is like a random clip that I got. Because like, I immediately noticed it, you know? And there's more things like that. I just didn't make a list. But like, look at this. Here I'm like camping or creeping this camp. And you see in the middle there's a low HP guy, right? This is my low HP guy. I want to micro it back. But the units are blocking each other. So far, everything is fine. I can't go through, so I go back a little bit. And now look at this. Now, I still want to pull back this guy. See this guy? Low HP. I pull it back. There's a hole, so I pull this guy back. And it fits. You saw that? It went from... I can go back one more time. So here, I select the guy. And now I click it back. And it fits, right? So... $1 million question, if I select the other guy that is now low HP, is it gonna fit through the hole here or not? So now I select this guy, and now this guy doesn't want to fit anymore. Because the other guy like moved like a centimeter, but like, if you look at that hole, this hole between the axo here, like 2 guys fit there, right? Like, how is this guy now too fat? Like, obviously, maybe like the unit moved like a millimeter. But like that to me, and now we're gonna take a look at it one more time without me pausing. Let's do like half the speed. So here I micro this guy back, no problem. And now this guy, oh yeah, I don't want to. And there's like so many moments like these in this game where you get, where you feel like if I didn't micro it would be better. And also where you feel like I just can't do anything. It's like, oh well, I applied logic, like I thought my units would fit through or whatever, but they actually don't. And that is also when you're like trying to surround units with the dog, or like if I'm trying to like attack, like if I want to snipe like this guy here, it's like really not that easy, because if it's like mineral walking or whatever, they will block each other too much. Like these are just 9 dogs, imagine I have more, they just start blocking each other. And it's really just not that easy to micro them. So that's just about the control. And now I want to talk about the things that like actually bother me. Because this doesn't even bother me so much that the controls sometimes feel off. These are now the things, besides one thing that I want to address as well. But I think that's just a little bit silly. But one thing that is like mind-blowing to me. And for that I will move up my camera. You see the hotkey bar over here. I cannot change my hotkeys individually. And I'm an RTS gamer. You are an RTS gamer. So what is one of the most important hotkeys? It's attack click. I am a StarCraft gamer. I use grid hotkeys. So my attack click is on T. So if I put attack move on T, then I'm happy. Normally it's on A because attack starts on A, so generally speaking, if you play standard hotkeys, it's on A. But now, why is it on Q? Why do I have my attack on Q? Well, it's because you can only change like the hotkeys in that like command card position. So what it means is I can only change the row and the columns here. Where is it? I can only change the row and the columns here. I can't even find it. What the hell? Ah, here it is. It was on top. So I can say like row 2, column 1. So that's where attack move is. And I can say like, oh, I want to have it on like, let's say I want to have it on A. I want to have it on A. So now I have attack move on A. I'm happy, right? I'm so happy now. No. Now I also have to produce workers on A. And I also have to produce like Hellions on A, hedgehogs. And now there's no hotkey here, and this upgrade on A, whatever. I also have to build command centers on A now, because I can only change like the position there. And my workers are bugging. Did you see that again? It's driving me insane. No, it's not that bad, but like, look at this. These guys, nice. I told them to build a CC, and now this happened. So yeah, like you can tell there's much work to be done. But honestly, I don't really care so much about that, because I can click these guys like this and then tell them do your thing, and it's fine. But I can't change my attack move how I want it without changing like the hotkey to build a command post or like a freaking like HeroMarine, or however you want to call it. I hate that, and that makes like the enjoyment, as you can tell, I'm really passionate about it, much less. But yeah, like still, I still grind at this game. I still played. And it's still not the worst thing that I have to talk about in this game. That I, like, why I'm probably gonna play less Stormgate from now on. I played a lot over the last couple of weeks, but I'll probably wait. For one reason. And that reason I want to talk about now. And that, well, before I talk about that, I just want to mention one last thing. That is chat functions. You can't chat in this game. It's not like I have a friends list or whatever. It's like you're going on Steam, so I have like my Steam friends or whatever. And I can message them on Steam, I guess. But there's like no in-game window, whatever you can type. I don't know about that. I don't really care. But there's like no social function, you know. So like, let's say I'm hosting a game. There's no way to like communicate in the lobby, you know. I can't like type in the lobby, go, question mark, or like have fun. I cannot do that. You can't pause the game either. So these are like obviously smaller things that also bother me. But now there's one thing that actually bothers me. And that is something that is more design and like, it's more opinion based as well, honestly. But I'll just give you my opinion as like a StarCraft 2 elitist. So like, what I really like about RTS is the building aspect. I like building a base. I like to start off the game slow and easy, you know. I like that. I like building a base. I like to start off slowly and easy. So like, if we start a game again, it's not like that in Stormgate. And especially with the last couple of patches, they honestly, in my opinion, have not done a good job. I think the last patch was decent. It's going like in a direction where I think it might be better. But the fact that you start off with like a scout, or the other race starts like with a Hexen, to me is just silly. Why do I have this guy? I don't want this guy. I don't want to start off with like a scout. If I'm playing an RTS, and that is like really opinion based, this is my opinion. You can disagree and be fine. I want to start off with workers and a base, and then I build up my stuff. You know, I'm building. Like I go, for example, in the first patch, what you did in this game is you would open like command center first. You know, I would take my guys, and the first thing I'd be doing in the game is I would go for an expansion, and I love that. I can just expand. The life is good. There's the scout that is annoying. I hate that mechanic, having like a unit in the early game that's like harassing you, that's like nibbling away at your SCVs or whatever. I don't like that mechanic, but it's okay. I can open up like CC first. I can just expand. But then there's the camps. And that is something that I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I like the idea of having camps and like a health tower and like an energy tower. But now in the last couple of patches, they made it like these would give you money. And that's where I highly disagree. Because now it's like necessary. It's like absolutely necessary to like go for the camps. And they mentioned that they want to have both. They want to have expansion tactics and tactics where you like go for the camps and get resources that way, which I think is good. But in my opinion, they still give too much money, first of all, I want to say. But second of all, it's more about later in the game. It takes away a lot of like macro aspect. Because like in the early game, like these camps get, like they are not challenging in general. These camps are not challenging. Some races, like I can build the Lancer and like take on this camp. Like this is not challenging or whatever, especially in the longer run. Like one race literally has an ability to like remove that camp and get free money. And in late game, these camps are really not challenging anymore. Like, there's no risk involved in taking these. They are not challenging. And the longer, like, the more they respawn every time you kill them after a while. They, like, give you double the money. So you essentially get rich by just creeping. And to me right now, what the game really feels like is you open up, like, more one-base heavy. You open up, like, more map control heavy, like mass dogs, for example. You're gonna go, like, mass dogs with the upgrade. And then it's all about, like, creeping one creep, running from one camp to another, to the next camp, creeping, sending a unit to his tower, take it. He sends a unit to your tower, you have to retake it. It feels like I'm just, like, creeping the entire game. I'm not really, like, building a base. I'm just creeping the entire game. I'm just, like, running from one place to another. There's never really a real fight. And, yeah, I don't like that. I don't think this is good game design. I think the balance is also problematic in this game so far. There have been a lot of moments where I feel like I'm just, like, losing because of, like, dumb shit, honestly. But that isn't even the worst thing. The worst thing is really, I just don't like the mechanic of, like, running from one place to another, creeping. That's not RTS for me. That's, like, creep simulator. I don't know, like, I like the aspect of, like, building my base. The creep, like, the only reason, by the way, you creep is not even, like, because you have health tower or whatever. The only reason you creep is, like, because it gives you, like, so much money. And it's, like, so necessary. So, like, it's, like, so random as well, you know? You just creep because otherwise you don't get money. And RTS for me is, like, expanding gives you money, not, like, creeping. And especially in late game, these things, like, give you so much money. It's crazy. And, yeah, really, this is just opinion-based, though. Keep that in mind. So this is just my opinion. I don't really want to address more things, because I don't want to talk about it too much. This is a one take as well. I'm not really going to address too many more things. I just wanted to give you an insight on my current thoughts. I don't think I'll be playing it a lot more at the moment, because I really just don't like the current patch. Like, that's really the one thing that's bothering me the most. So, like, this entire creeping aspect, I just actually don't like. I like to chill. I like to build a nice base or whatever. I don't like just running from one creep to another, creeping the entire map. I don't like some matchups are so, like, if you play Vanguard versus Vanguard, everybody just goes mass dogs because they're good at creeping. So you just open up one base and then just spam the dogs. Like, I just don't like the meta. The meta, to me, it's not fun. It's frustrating. There's other problems I address. Yeah, that is my opinion on Stormgate. As a whole, I think it has potential. They're obviously far away from it. I don't really have to talk about it too much more, I think. I would love them to change the game more in, like, less the creep direction, where you, like,
capture point secured.
Don't scale so hard because you're, like, you have to, like, creep. And yeah, that's about it. That's my take on Stormgate. And I think I'm gonna wait for the new patch before I start playing more again. Other than, like, the current patch, I think I could recommend the game. I mean, it's fun because it's new. Developers work on it. I know the developers, they're doing their best, obviously, so it's definitely a good alternative. It's fun. But yeah, as you can tell, there's some problems. Thanks for listening to me, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.